I'll never forget her laugh. The same laughter that once made my heart race when we were young, sweet, musical, unforgettable, had changed. The sound that used to feel like home now cut through the air with a sharpness I didn't recognize. It was careless, almost cruel. She stepped into the house, just back from her so-called business trip, laughing as if she had returned from a vacation, not a conference. "Hey, sweetheart," Sarah chirped in a breezy, distant tone, like her spirit hadn't followed her home. The laughter lingered in the hallway as she slipped off her heels and flung her handbag onto the chair beside the door. But then her eyes landed on something, and just like that, the sound died. On the dining table stood a framed photo. It was from our wedding day. Her in that stunning lace gown. Me in my navy suit, looking at her like I'd won the world. We looked like the perfect couple. Only now something had changed. Scrawled in bold, red letters across the glass were two simple words. "I know." She froze. Her grin disappeared, and all the color drained from her face. She stared at the image like it had struck her. Then slowly she turned toward me. What is this, Jack?" she asked, her voice trembling. I stood with my arms crossed, leaning against the kitchen counter. "Why don't you tell me, Sarah?" Her lips parted, but no words came. I could see the gears turning in her head, trying to figure out what I knew, how much I'd seen, and when everything had begun to unravel. "Jack, I don't know what you mean," she stammered, the confident mask beginning to slip. I let out a bitter, unfamiliar laugh. "Don't insult me. You've been lying for months. The business trips, the late nights, the sudden obsession with the gym." I gestured toward the table. "You think I didn't notice?" I picked up my phone and brought up the photos, the damning collection I had compiled piece by piece. One after another, they told a story louder than any words she could offer. Sarah and Mark, her so-called business partner, holding hands at a coastal resort, kissing beneath a cabana, laughing at a bar like they were the only people in the world. Her face crumpled. "Jack, please, I can explain." Snap. "Can you explain how you've been sneaking around with Mark while I've been busting my ass working late to afford your yoga classes and luxury spa days?" My voice rose with every word until I was shouting. "You lied to me. Over and over. Are you sorry because you were caught, or because you hurt me?" She stepped toward me, hands raised like an embrace could undo the damage. "Jack, please. Let me explain. It's not what it looks like." I stopped her with a raised hand. "Don't. Just don't." My tone dropped to ice. "I've spent the last 2 months gathering proof. Want to know why?" She didn't answer. Her lips quivered. "Because I needed to be sure I wasn't losing my mind. And now that I am, I've made some decisions." Even as tears streamed down her face, I felt no pity, just clarity. "I've already filed for divorce," I said, voice calm and flat. "My lawyer has the documents. You'll get them tomorrow. And I suggest you revisit the prenup you signed, before you even think about contesting anything." Her expression collapsed. She knew what that meant. The agreement was airtight, written to protect my family's business. She'd walk away with what she brought in, not much more. "You don't have to do this," she whispered. I ignored her. Secondly, I already told Mark's wife. That hit her like a slap. Her mouth opened, then shut. Speechless. "She was surprisingly kind," I said with a bitter smile. "Even shared some of her own photos with me. You thought you were the only ones sneaking around." Sarah broke down into tears, but I wasn't done. "And lastly," I pulled a folder from the drawer and dropped it onto the table. "Texts, photos, receipts. If you try to fight me on the divorce, this goes straight to your company's HR department. Let's see how they handle 2 senior managers having an affair on company time." She dropped into a chair, head in her hands. "Jack, I made a mistake. I love you. Please." I let out a dry laugh. "Love? Yes. You don't love me. You loved the life I gave you, the stability, the comfort, the image. You didn't respect me. You threw everything away for a cheap fling." Her sobs echoed through the room, but I felt nothing. No anger. No sadness. Just relief. A strange weight I hadn't even realized I carried was suddenly gone. I grabbed my keys. "I'll be staying at a hotel for the next few days," I said. "The movers will be here by the end of the week. Your things will be packed. You'll need to find somewhere else to stay." She looked up at me, tear-streaked and broken. "Jack, please. We can fix this. We can try counseling." I shook my head. "Some things can't be repaired, Sarah." The door I paused. "Oh, and I cancelled the card you used to buy that new purse on your business trip. Good luck explaining that." Without another word, I walked out, her cries following me down the hallway. As I drove away, emotions swirled: rage, betrayal, heartbreak. But underneath it all, something unexpected bloomed. Freedom. Clean slate. The next morning, I woke in the hotel to a message from Mark's wife. "Thank you for telling me. I'm leaving him too. We deserve better." She was right. We did. As I stood by the window watching the sunrise, it hit me. This wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of something new. Something real. And for the first time in months, I felt something I hadn't in a long time. Hope.